Zoe, it's my turn to make something nice and pretty and
Delicate.
sweet and delicate. Well, it's going to be lovely, but it is going to be nice and small. Now, what I'm going to get you to do to start with is I've got some self-raising flour. I'd like 2 cups straight into here. We're going to sift the flour and sift these ingredients together so they're nice and light and fluffy. And I've got 1 teaspoon of baking powder that I'm going to throw in as well, and that's what gives it lift and rise and makes it nice and airy. I'm also going to put some sugar in here. About a tablespoon of sugar would be perfect.
In a savoury muffin?
Of
Interesting.
course.
How naive of me to think that you would not put sugar in anything.
Of course. Now, I've got some buttermilk here. You can use regular milk if you want. I've got half a cup in here, and I've got some cream here just to add a little bit of fullness of flavour. So if you mix that around. Now, I'd like you to get 2 free-range eggs, crack them, throw them straight in there. And while you're doing that, I've got some bacon and some onion that I've just sweated down in a little bit of butter.
But you don't necessarily have to have the bacon, though, do you? You could use something else.
I don't understand, Zoe, why you would want to take the bacon out of it. This is what it's all about.
Fat.
Flavour, I'm talking about. I'll throw that straight in there. Just mix it all around. There we go. So probably that was about 2 rashers of bacon and half an onion. I'm also going to add some extra virgin olive oil, which will make it nice and flavoursome. It's already looking good already, isn't it?
You can really smell the bacon and the onion actually in this mixture.
That's the idea. So, and then when you say we can take the bacon out, why would you do that? I can't believe that.
Well, you know, just variety, options, healthy options.
Destruction of a perfectly good recipe. Now, I've got some cheese here. This is about a cup of grated cheese. In it goes like that. Now, you just mix that around, Zoe, and I've got some chives to give it a bit of green. And see how I leave the elastic band around it?
Yeah, that's a good trick doing that.
To hold it all together so you can just, you know...
I make a similar muffin to this, but actually I use wholemeal flour and I'll use goat's cheese with it. I don't put the bacon in it, but you can put the tuna or salmon or, you know, salmon's beautiful with it.
Yeah, exactly. The tin stuff if you wanted to, or you can flake some real stuff in there. It doesn't really matter. So in goes the chives like that. Simple recipe. You know, by the time you've weighed everything out, you've made it up already. Now, I've got one of these lovely little muffin tins here. Now, these are usually non-stick, and most of the time they are. But, you know, just as a bit of security, I will always either brush them with a little bit of butter or, you know, spray a little bit of olive oil on there just to make sure, because cheese often sticks to the side of containers.
And I really like using these because they are portion controlled. Spoon?
Yeah, portion controlled, which is, I know with you means you only have 1 or 2 of these. For me, it just means little snacks. You can just put them in one at a time and lovely little snacky things.
I know what most people think about it, but this is a good way. If you can make something like this, they probably store really well.
They do, in a little container.
And you could have them as a little afternoon snack, maybe 1 or 2 of them.
Oh, great for the kids. If you want to send the kids to school with something packed full of energy that's going to keep them going for the whole day.
Also, the more sugar we feed our children, the more they get used to having lots of sugar in their diet. So if we can have the balance of savoury, and this is a great idea. Kids don't need to worry majority of the time about a little bit of fat in their diet. They need it for energy.
Exactly, they'll burn it off.
Definitely think sugar's more the issue than fat in a lot of cases.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It doesn't take long.
Processed sugars.
Exactly. And see how we're doing this with 2 spoons? Keeps our hands nice and clean, and it's nice and fast, and we've just about got... We've only got a little bit left in the bowl there. Look at that. It's almost perfect, isn't it? Just spread a little bit more around the outside. You want to pop them straight into the oven at about 200 degrees Celsius. They'll take probably 10 to 15 minutes to cook. You'll know because they'll go golden on top because there's plenty of cheese. Into the oven they go. I want to hook into these. These muffins or little cupcakes have cooled down a little bit, and this is why I love these silicone baking mats. You just push your finger underneath and out they pop.
Ready
Look at
to
that.
eat.
Ready to eat. They smell great, don't they?
And so this is a yummy, savoury thing that you can have at high tea or, like we've said, for afternoon tea or morning tea.
Any time of the day, I reckon. Have a bite of that. Nice and moist, cheesy, bacony.
Definitely cheesy, definitely bacony. And for me, perfect portion. I wouldn't need more than 1 though. 1
at a time. That's what we would recommend, but you can have as many of these as you want. I love them.